Oi, there are slaves and there are masters, and at the end of this video, I want you to be honest with yourself. Sincerely, be honest with yourself. Which one are you, slave or master? Now, this has nothing to do with the race, obviously, but it's to do with two different type of people in this world. Those that gotta ask and those that make it happen themselves. You see, my mother used to say, bro, because I used to be the slave. I would give you any damn thing, my time, my money, my everything. Even though I didn't have it, I will give it to you. And you might think, oh, what is, you're such a nice young man. Bless your heart, bless your soul, child. No, I was a slave until I realized that the master make things happen themselves. My mother used to say, first you got to take care of you, right? And I never got this, bro, until late 20s. First you got to take care of you in order to take care of others. Very simple concept, right? But this is what differentiates a slave and a master. You see, somebody who's a master goes out and he's a slave for a while, but every time he gets something, he acquires something, he stores it away or build it or double it and keeps it to himself, you know? And he will buy, right? It's going to sound like a capitalist, a bourgeoisie. And he will buy the capitals, the means of these productions, the means to make life easy for himself and others. He will first seem selfish and uncaring. This is the master here. The master, first as a slave, stores away whatever he works hard for. He toils away, sweats for his living, you know, goes out and sweats for his family, sweats for his future. And whatever he acquires, he stores away. When he has enough, he then takes that, invest it into something, and he's able to hire other people now to do the work for him. You see? And now he can sit there and make calls, call the shots, make things happen without having to ask anyone. People ask him. Unless you were born in some sort of aristocrat, aristocracy. There's some words I can't say. And you're just noble, like Prince George or whatever his name is. Then there's no way in this world you can't be a slave first to the master. Most people stay slaves. Most people never get to the master, you see, or to become masters. The slave, to give you a clear example, and you may think, oh no, that's not a slave, that's an empath. He's just a very good person. A slave is like somebody who wants to give everything that they don't have to everybody. They give their time, they give their whatever little money they have to everybody, and they're left naked. A slave is somebody who often follow gurus, and the guru will strip them of all their money and leave them naked in the streets. They're a slave to someone else, another human being, putting them on a pedestal and giving them the authority to be able to tell them the directions of their lives. A slave is somebody who thinks that they're spiritual and they reject materialism. There's nothing wrong with materialism. Both spirituality and materialism pursuits, both spiritual pursuit and material pursuit are exactly the same. Because the slave doesn't realize that in acquiring materialism and acquiring spiritual insights, you're using what? The psyche. You're using your mind, bro. You're using thoughts. Thoughts is what shapes reality. So the slaves reject materialism and think that the spiritual pursuits are somehow higher than material pursuits. And then you'll go to church and pray for good health, pray, to live lavishly, pray for luxuries. And the master just goes out and cop it. He doesn't even look at the price. And he leaves God's alone because God now appreciate that being left alone. There's millions of people in the galaxies, or how many people that this man's got to look forward to. Oh, women. God could be a woman. He's got to look after And God always look upon you with favor if you leave him alone and you take care of yourself. The slave is always running around, attending to others and neglecting themselves and their needs, personal needs. A slave would think that being selfless is a beautiful thing. And being selfish to the core, which the slave is also selfish to the core, he just rejects it or it deludes himself that he's not selfish to the core. Which one are you currently? Do you make shots? Do you make calls in your life? Or do you run around whoring yourself out to everybody else but you? Whether you're a slave or master, it doesn't matter. We're all using thoughts to navigate reality. The kind of moves you'll make depends on how honest you are with yourself. You will go consume more videos after this video. I guarantee you. And you'll waste your time. These videos I make, I know it's just for somebody to waste their time. If they learn something from it, cool, cool. Don't come tell me thank you. No. Thank yourself. You the one who's doing the hard work to learn something, to make an effort, to acquire knowledge, to not shy away from things that may be difficult. It is a very, very harsh thing to accept that most people are slaves and a few are masters. The master does not care about his feeling. The master seeks, right, the potential of future master. He seeks out people that are much more clever than them, and they don't get offended by whatever the other person say. Or if as the American, they'll say, if you were born in the hood, there are bitch niggas and there are real niggas. Not to equate the slave and master mentality as bitch nigga and real nigga. Which one are you, nigga? Are you a real nigga or a bitch nigga? Anyways, there are more bitch niggas than real niggas. And that goes for white people too. You could be a real nigga. I'm giving you the N-word pass here. If you move like a boss, bro, you a real nigga. You might as well upgrade to saying nigga too now, because you're calling the shots on me. Ah, I don't know, man. I had to learn it the hard way. I hope you learned it the hard way today. There are two type of people in this world. Those who gotta ask, and those who make it happen themselves, and I refuse to be a bitch like you. See, I'm not a bit like you. I've been stabbed in the heart so many times until that shit slipped right through. My family is real G, so you never hear the cattle head G. That's a rap from a white man called Nick Caution. Shout out Nick Caution. That is not my rap. That's not my boss. Shout out Nick Caution. Two type of people in this world: those who gotta ask and those who make it happen themselves. And I refuse to be a bit like you.